play.
Okay, hi. I just want to let you guys know for some reason. Yes, it is being recorded. But for some reason, I'm unable to live stream it to YouTube. But we'll be recording it, and then after it's done, I'll post it to YouTube. Because I don't know why it's not giving me that option right now. But we are being recorded, so hi, I'm Paul Sugarman. This is the Instant Shake.
I think we lost him. That was Paul Sugarman. This is Instant Shakespeare. We are doing Pericles with the inimitable Verge.
Hi everyone, I'm the Playmaster, and this play is wild and woolly all over the place. And you know, I think today might be that way for various techno reasons and things, but we'll still have fun. And let's introduce ourselves. I'm playing the Bawd, and I'm Virginia Hammer. Cynthia.
Yes, I'm Cynthia Huffman. I'm playing Gower and Diana and Thaisa and Lychorida.
Lychorida, I think.
Lychorida, right? Okay.
The nurse lady in waiting, right? And I think it's Thaisa.
Oh, Thaisa. Okay, got it.
Princess Queen. Okay, groovy. Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie Margolis, and I'm playing Dionyza, someone named Tyre, a knight, and a fisherman.
Right. Okay, Clinton.
Hello, I'm Clinton Powell. I'm reading Third Lord of Tyre, Fifth Knight, Third Fisherman, Second Gentleman of Ephesus, Third Pirate, Sailor of Mytilene, Boult, Helicanus, and the Second Gentleman of Pentapolis.
Thank you, Clinton. Oh, Jackie, one thing. See, here's another thing I really messed up. I really apologize, you all. Clinton is doing Third Fisherman. Would you mind doing Second Fisherman?
Second Fisherman, okay. All right.
Thank you. Thank you all for being so flexible today.
No. I'll lash you later after it's all over.
I owe you all a big drink in New York. Okay, Yasha.
With my horse.
Yasha.
Hi, my name is Yasha Bilan, and I am reading First Lord of Tyre, Third Knight, First Fisherman, Ephesian Servant, or First Servant, First Pirate, and First Gentleman of Mytilene. Not sure if that pronunciation is correct.
Right, perfect. Yes, gorgeous.
Mytilene.
And Mark, please.
I'm Mark Gering. I'm playing Helicanus. And Pander, the boss of the bordello, and First Lord of Pentapolis, First Sailor, and Cerimon's first servant.
Groovy. And Brian?
Hello, Brian White. I played Pericles, Prince of Tyre.
Yay! Okay, and Ken Wayne, please. Ken?
Hi, Ken Wayne. I'm playing Cerimon, Second Knight. Is that the Second Lord as well, or is that somebody else?
Some of the lords.
And I'm also doing.
I don't. Well, one.
And I'm also doing a couple of messengers.
Sorry. What? You're also doing what?
And I'm also doing a couple of messengers.
Okay.
I'm not ready
People
yet.
hear me?
I won't be ready for a while until I get my.
Oh, hi, Michael.
I'm working on getting my script now. I'm working on getting my script.
Hey, how you doing, Michael?
I'm working on getting my script.
Okay, and Evan.
Now I lost you. Hold on.
Hey, Michael, we can hear you. If you could put yourself on mute.
Okay. I can't get back to my screen. I'm doing my best.
All right.
I'm trying to find my screen again.
Okay, Evan.
We're introducing ourselves right now. So, hi, I'm Evan. I am playing Lysimachus, and I think that's actually the only role I am playing tonight. So yeah.
Lysimachus. No, you're doing those other parts.
Those are all the list you sent me is the list that Yasha has. So so it's just Lysimachus for me tonight, which is honestly fine by me.
This is the worst job of Playmaster.
But you are good. We are all allowed to have these months.
You know,
We'll make it
I'm
through.
one of those ships
We'll
in the
make do.
Mediterranean that already went glug.
It's all good, man. We're all
We'll
here.
make do. It's all right.
Like,
And-
we're
and-
gonna
and
survive. This is what this stuff is about. What's the fun of doing this if it's not a little chaos?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's the
And- thank you.
spirit.
That's the
And
spice of
Nye
life.
Victoria?
Chaos. Yes.
Nye Victoria.
Peace be with you, everyone. My name is Nye Victoria, and I'll be playing the role of Marina.
Yay.
All right.
And okay, we just have Clinton, please. Clinton?
I already went.
Three games rolls.
Oh, you did. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I had 20 rolls.
Okay, yes. And everybody keeps bouncing around my screen. And finally, we have Michael Gardner.
He's still having issues.
His mic's off.
Yeah, he said he was having problems, you know.
Okay.
All right, hi. I'm playing. Who am I playing now? I hope I say their names correctly. Antiochus? Antiochus.
Right.
Simonides? I don't know how to say my names who I'm playing.
And Cleon.
And Cleon, and I'm getting to my script now, and I just remember them. And then I think I'm playing, I don't know which sailor I'm playing. You just said Sailor of Tyre.
Yes.
I don't know what scene that is,
There's
but
two sailors. You're the
Right.
second sailor. Second sailor.
I'm playing the
Let's do
second sailor.
Yasha does not-
I'm
All right,
sailor
so
number
let's-
2.
Yes.
I'm sailor 2. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Walt.
Thank you.
Okay, so without any further ado, we shall give it over to Gower. And thank you and see you later. Here comes Pericles, Prince of Tyre.
To sing a song that old was sung, from ashes ancient Gower is come, assuming man's infirmities to glad your ear and please your eyes. It hath been sung at festivals, on ember eves, and holidays, and lords and ladies in their lives have read it for restoratives. The purchase is to make men glorious, et bonum quo antiguius eo melius. If you, born in those latter times, when wits more ripe, accept my rhymes, and that to hear an old man sing may to your wishes pleasure bring, I life would wish, and that I might waste it for you like taper light. This Antioch, then Antiochus the Great, built up his city for his chiefest seat, the fairest in all Syria. I tell you what mine authors say, this king unto him took a peer, who died and left a female heir, so buxom, blithe, and full of face, as heaven had lent her all his grace, with whom the father liking took, and her to incest did provoke. Bad child, worse father, to entice his own to evil, should be done by none. But custom what they did begin, was with long use accounted no sin. The beauty of this sinful dame made many princes thither frame to seek her as a bedfellow, in marriage pleasures playfellow, which to prevent he made a law, to keep her still and men in awe, that who so asked her for his wife, his riddle told not, lost his life. So for her many of white did die, as yon grim looks do testify. What now ensues to the judgment of your eye, I give my cause who best can justify.
Young Prince of Tyre, you have at large perceived the danger of the task you undertake.
I have, Antiochus, and with a soul emboldened with the glory of her praise, think death no hazard in this enterprise.
Music, bring in our daughter, clothed like a bride, for embracements even of Jove himself, at whose conception to Lychorida reigned nature this dowry gave. To glad her presence, the Senate house of Planets all did sit to knit in her their best perfections.
See where she comes. apparelled like the spring, graces her subjects and her thoughts. The king of every virtue gives renown to men. Her face, the book of praises, where is read nothing but curious pleasures. As from thence, sorrow were ever racked, and teased wrath could never be her mild companion. You gods that made me man and sway in love, that have inflamed desire in my breast to taste the fruit of yon celestial tree, or die in the adventure, be my helps, as I am son and servant to your will, to compass such a boundless happiness.
Prince Pericles.
That would be son to great Antiochus?
Before thee stands this fair Hesperides, with golden fruit, but dangerous to be touched. For death like dragons here affright thee hard. Her face like heaven enticeth thee to view her countless glory, which desert must gain, and which without desert, because thine eye presumes to reach, all the whole heap must die. Sometimes famous princes like thyself, drawn by report, adventurous by desire, tell thee with speechless tongues and semblance pale that without covering, save yon field of stars, here they stand. Martyrs slain in Cupid's wars, and with dead cheeks advise thee to desist, for going on death's net when whom none resist.
Antiochus, I thank thee, who have taught my frail mortality to know itself, and by those fearful objects to prepare this body like to them to what I must. For death remembered should be like a mirror, who tells us life's but breath. To entrust it, and to trust it e'er, I'll make my will then. And as sick men do, who know the world, see heaven, but feeling woe, gripe not at earthly joys, as erst they did. So I bequeath a happy peace to you, and all good men, as every prince should do, my riches to the earth from whence they came, but my unspotted fire of love to you, thus ready for the way of life or death. I wait the sharpest blow.
Warning advice. Read the conclusion then, which read and not expounded, 'tis decreed, as these before thee, thou thyself shalt bleed.
Of all say'st yet, mayst thou prove prosperous. Of all say'st yet, I wish thee happiness.
Like a bold champion, I assume the lists, nor ask advice of any other thought, but faithfulness and courage. The riddle. I am no viper, yet I feed on mother's flesh which did me breed. I sought a husband in which labor I found that kindness in a father. His father, son, and husband mild. I, mother, wife, and yet his child? How they may be, and yet in two, as you will live, resolve it you. Sharp physic is the last. But oh, you powers, that gives heaven countless eyes to few men's acts. Why cloud they not their sights perpetually, if this be true, which makes me pale to read it? Fair glass of light, I loved you, and could still, were not this glorious casket stored with ill. I must tell you, now my thoughts revolt. He's no man on whom perfections wait, that knowing sin within will touch the gate. You are fair viol, and your sense, the strings, who fingered to make man his lawful music, would draw heaven down and all the gods to hearken. But being played upon before your time, he'll only daunt at so harsh a time. Good sooth, I care not for you.
Prince Pericles, touch not, upon my life, for that's an article within our law, as dangerous as the rest. Your time's expired. Either expound now or receive your sentence.
Great king, few love to hear the sins they love to act. 'Twould braid yourself too near for me to tell it, who has a book of all that monarchs do. He's more secure to keep it shut than shown. For vice repeated is like the wandering wind, blows dust in others' eyes to spread itself, and yet the end of all is bought thus dear. The breath is gone, and the sore eyes see clear. To stop the air would hurt them. The blind mole casts cop hills toward heaven to tell the earth is thronged by man's oppression. And the poor worm doth die, for kings are earth's gods. In vice, their laws, their will. And if Jove stray, who dares say Jove doth ill? It is enough you know, and it is fit. What being more known grows worse to smother it. All love the womb that their first being bred, and then give my tongue like leave to love my head.
Heaven that I had thy head. He has found the meaning, but I will glose with him. A young prince of Tyre, though by the tenor of your strict edict, your exposition misinterpreting, we might proceed to counsel of your days. Yet hope succeeding so fair a tree as your fair self doth tune us otherwise. 40 days longer we do respite you. If by which time our secret be undone, this mercy shows will joy in such a son. And until then, your entertained shall be as doth befit our honor and with your worth.
How courtesy would seem to cover sin, when what is done is like a hypocrite, the which is good in nothing but in sight. If it be true that I interpret false, then were it certain you were not so bad, as with foul incest to abuse your soul. Where now you, both a father and a son, by your untimely claspings with your child, which pleasures fit a husband, not a father, and she an eater of her mother's flesh, by the defiling of her parents' bed, and both like serpents are, who though they feed on sweetest flowers, yet they poison breed. Antioch, farewell, for wisdom sees those men, blush not in actions blacker than the night, will show no course to keep them from the light. One sin I know, another doth provoke, murders as near to lust as flame to smoke. Poison and treason are the hands of sin. I and the targets to put off the shame. Then, lest my life be cropped, I keep you clear. By flight, I'll shun the danger which I fear.
He has found the meaning. He hath found the meaning for which we means to have his head. He must not live to trumpet forth my infamy, nor tell the world Antiochus doth sin in such a loathed manner, and therefore instantly this prince must die. For by this fall my honor must keep high. Who attends us there?
Doth your highness call?
Thaliard, you are of our chamber, Thaliard, and our mind partakes her private actions to your secrecy, and for your faithfulness we will advance you. Thaliard, behold, here's poison, and here's gold. We hate the Prince of Tyre, and thou must kill him. It fits thee not to ask the reason why, because we bid it. Say, it is done.
My lord, it is done.
Enough. Let your breath cool yourself, telling your haste. Let your breath cool yourself, telling your haste.
Pericles has fled.
Oh, okay. As thou wilt live, fly after, like an arrow shot from his well-experienced archer, hit the mark his eye doth level at. So thou never return unless thou say Prince Pericles is dead.
Oh, my lord, if I can get him in my pistol's length, I'll make him sure enough. So farewell to your highness.
Adieu. Till Pericles is dead, my heart can lend no succor to my head.
Let none disturb us. Why should this change of thoughts, the sad companion, dull-eyed melancholy, by me so used a guest, as not an hour in the day's glorious walk or peaceful night? The tomb where grief should sleep can breed me quiet. Here pleasures court mine eyes, and mine eyes shun them. And danger, which I feared, is at Antiochus, whose arm seems far too short to hit me here. Yet neither pleasures aught can joy my spirits, nor yet the other's distance comfort me. Then it is thus, the passions of the mind that have their first conception by misdread, have, after nourishment and life, by care and what was first but fear, what might be done grows elder now, and cares it be not done. And so with me, the great Antiochus, gainst which I am too little to contend, since he so great can make his will his act, will think me speaking, though I swear to silence, nor boots it me to say I honor. If he suspect, I may dishonor him, and what may make him blush in being known, he'll stop the course by which it might be known. With hostile forces, he'll spread o'er the land, and with the stint of war will make look so huge, amazement shall drive courage from the state. Our men be vanquished ere they do resist, and subjects punished that ne'er thought offense, which care of them, not pity of myself, who once no more, but as the tops of trees, which fence the roots they grow by and defend them, makes both my body pine and soul to languish, and punish that before that he would punish.
Joy and all comfort in your sacred breast.
And keep your mind till you return to us peaceful and comfortable.
Peace, peace, and give experience tongue. They do abuse the king that flatter him, for flattery is the bellows blows up sin. The thing the which is flattered but a spark, to which that spark gives heat and stronger glowing. Whereas reproof Obedient and in order fits kings, as they are men, for they may err. When Senior Sooth here does proclaim peace, he flatters you, makes war upon your life. Prince, pardon me, or strike me, if you please. I cannot be much lower than my knees.
All leave us else, but let your cares o'erlook what shipping and what ladings in our haven, and then return to us, Helicanus. Thou hast moved us. What seest thou in our looks?
An angry brow, dread lord.
If there be such a dart in princes' frowns, how durst thy tongue move anger to our face?
How dare the plants look up to heaven from whence they have their nourishment?
Thou knowest I have power to take thy life from thee.
I have ground the axe myself. Do you but strike the blow.
Rise, prithee, rise. Sit down. Thou art no flatterer. I thank thee for't, and heaven forbid that kings should let their ears hear their faults hid. Fit counselor and servant for a prince, who by thy wisdom makes a prince thy servant. What wouldst thou have me do?
To bear with patience such griefs as you yourself do lay upon yourself.
Thou speakst like a physician, Helicanus, that ministers a potion unto me, that thou wouldst tremble to receive thyself. Attend me then. I went to Antiochus, whereas thou knowest against the face of death, I sought the purchase of glorious beauty, from whence an issue I might propagate, our arms to princes, and bring joys to subjects. Her face was to mine eye beyond all wonder. The rest, hark in thine ear, as black as incest, which by my knowledge found the sinful father seemed not to strike, but smooth. But thou knowest this. 'Tis time to fear when tyrants seems to kiss. Which fear so grew in me, I hither fled under the covering of careful night, who seemed my good protector, and being here, bethought what was past, what might succeed. I knew him tyrannous, and tyrants' fear decrease not, but grow faster than the years. And should he do it, as no doubt he doth, that I should open to the listening air how many worthy princes' bloods were shed to keep his bed of blackness unlaid open. To lop that doubt, he'll fill this land with armies and make pretense of wrong that I have done him, when all from mine, if I may call offense, must feel war's blow, who spares not innocence, which love to all of which thyself art one, who now reproofs me for't.
Alas, sir.
Drew sleep out of mine eyes, blood from my cheeks, musings into my mind, with thousand doubts how I might stop this tempest ere it came, and finding little comfort to relieve them, I thought it princely charity to grieve for them.
Well, my lord, since you have given me leave to speak, freely will I speak. Antiochus you fear, and justly too. I think you fear the tyrant who either by public war or private treason will take away your life. Therefore, my lord, go, travel for a while, till that his rage and anger be forgot, or till the destinies do cut his thread of life. Your rule, direct to any, if to me, day serves not light more faithful than I'll be.
I do not doubt thy faith. But should he wrong my liberties in my absence?
We'll mingle our bloods together in the earth from whence we had our being and our birth.
Tyre, I now look from thee then, and to Thaisa intend my travail, where I'll hear from thee, and by whose letters I'll dispose myself, the care I had and have of subjects good. On thee I lay, whose wisdom strength can bear it. I'll take thy word for faith, not ask thine oath. Who shuns not to break one will crack both. But in our orbs will live so round and safe that time of both this truth shall ne'er convince. Thou show'st a subject shine, I a true prince.
So, this is Tyre, and this is the court. Here I must kill. Here I must kill King Pericles, and if I do it not, I am sure to be hanged at home. 'Tis dangerous. But I perceive he was a wise fellow, and had good discretion, that being bid to ask what he would of the king, desired he might know none of his secrets. Now do I see he had some reason for it, for if a king biddle a man be a villain, he's bound by the indenture of his oath to be one. Here comes the Lord of Tyre.
You shall not need, my fellow peers of Tyre, further to question me of your king's departure. His sealed commission, left in trust with me, does speak sufficiently. He's gone to travel.
The king gone?
If further yet you will be satisfied why, as it were unlicensed of your loves, he would depart, I'll give some light unto you. Being at Antioch.
What from Antioch?
Royal Antiochus, on what cause I know not, took some displeasure at him, at least he judged so, and doubting lest he had erred or sinned, to show his sorrow, he'd correct himself. So puts himself unto the shipman's toil, with whom each minute threatens life or death.
Well, I perceive I shall not be hanged now, although I would, but since he's gone, the king sees must please. He scraped the land to perish at the sea. I'll present myself. Peace to the lords of Tyre.
Lord Thaliard from Antiochus, where's welcome?
Oh, from him I come with message unto princely Pericles. But since my landing, I have understood your lord has betake himself to unknown travels. Now message must return from whence it came.
We have no reason to desire it, commended to our master, not to us. Yet ere you shall depart, this we desire, as friends to Antioch, we may feast in Tyre.
Something's wrong here. I'm sorry. Why are we not being seen fully? I don't know what's going on here. But let's continue. All right. I'm so tired. Cleon.
I'm sorry I'm not doing the stage directions between scenes, but it's my fault. We started kind of late, so I decided we'll just not do those.
We're up to here now.
All right.
So keep it flowing. Thanks, guys. You're doing great.
Why I'm not getting full picture here, I do not know. Does it have something to do with the
I can see you fine.
I see you.
Oh yeah, I only need a little box instead of large. Okay.
I'm sorry, are we up to Cleon?
Yes,
Yep.
Cleon.
Oh, By Dionyza, shall we rest us here, and by relating tales of others' griefs, see if it will teach us to forget our own?
Oh, that were to blow at fire and hope to quench it. For who digs hills because they do aspire, throws down one mountain to cast up a higher? Oh, my distressed Lord, even such our griefs are. Here they are but felt and seen with mischief's eyes, but like to groves being topped, they higher rise.
Dionyza, who wanteth food and will not say he wants it, or could conceal his hunger till he famish. Our tongues in sorrows to sound deep, our woes into the air, our eyes to weep, till tongues fetch breath that may proclaim them louder, that if heavens slumber while their creatures want, they may awake their helpers to comfort them. I'll then discourse our woes, felt several years, and wanting breath to speak, help me with tears.
I'll do my best, sir.
This Tharsis, which I have the government, a city on whom plenty held full hand, for riches strode herself, even in her streets, whose towers bore heads so high they kissed the clouds, and strangers ne'er beheld but wondered at, whose men and dames so jetted and adorned like one another's glass to trim them by, their tables were stored full to glad the sight, and not so much to feed on as delight. All poverty was scorned, and pride so great, the name of help grew odious to repeat.
Oh, 'tis it so true.
But see what heaven can do by this our change. These mouths, who but of late earth, sea, and air were all too little to content and please, although they gave their creatures in abundance, as houses are defiled for want of use, they are now starved for want to exercise. Those palates, who not yet to savors young must have inventions to delight the taste, which now be glad of bread and beg for it. Those mothers, who to nuzzle up their babes thought not too curious, are ready now to eat those little darlings whom they loved. So sharp are hunger's teeth that man and wife draw lots who first shall die to lengthen life. Here stands a lord, and there a lady weeping. Here many sink. Yet those which see them fall have scarce strength left to give them burial. Is not this true?
Her cheeks and hollow eyes do witness it.
Let those cities that of plenty's cup and her prosperities so largely taste, with their superfluous riots, hear these tears. The misery of Tharsis may be theirs.
Where's the Lord Governor?
Here, speak out thy sorrows, which thou bringest in haste, for comfort is too far for us to expect.
We have deserted upon our neighboring shore a portly sail of ships. Make hitherward.
I thought as much. One sorrow never comes but brings an heir, that may succeed as his inheritor, and so is ours. Some neighboring nation taking advantage of our misery, that stuff the hollow vessels with their power to beat us down, the which are down already, make a conquest of unhappy me, where no glory's got to overcome.
We have described. That's the least fear, for by the semblance of their white flags displayed, they bring us peace and come to us as favorers, not as foes.
Thou speakest like hymns untutored to repeat, who makes the fairest show means most deceit. But bring them what they will, and what they can. What needs we leave our grounds the lowest, and we are halfway there. Go, tell their general we attend them here, to know for what he comes and whence he comes and what he craves.
I go, my lord.
Welcome is peace, if he on peace consist. If wars, we are unable to resist.
Lord Governor, for so we hear you are, let not our ships and number of our men be like a beacon fired to amaze your eyes. We have heard your miseries as far as Tyre, and seen the desolation of your streets. Nor come we to add sorrow to your tears, but to relieve them of their heavy load. And these our ships, you happily may think, are like the Trojan horse, which was stuffed within with bloody veins, expecting overthrow, stored with corn to make your needy bread, and give them life whom hunger starved hath dead.
The gods
of Greece protect
protect
you,
you.
and we'll
We
pray for you.
We'll pray for you.
Arise, I pray you, rise. We do not look for reverence, but for love and harborage for ourselves, our ships and men. That's not my line. Go, please.
Let's go. Yeah.
Say it.
Oh, damn it. Arise, I pray you, rise. We do not look for reverence, but for love and harborage for ourselves, our ships and men.
Oh, which, when any shall not gratify or pay you with unthankfulness and thoughts, be it our wives, our children, or ourselves, the curse of heaven and men succeed their evils, till when the which I hope shall ne'er be seen. Your grace is welcome to our town and us.
Which welcome we'll accept. Feast here a while, until our stars that frown lend us a smile.
Gower, Cynthia.
You have no sound.
Cynthia, Gower.
You're on mute.
Hey, you, we
Cynthia.
can't hear you. Unmute, mute,
You need to unmute.
unmute. Dear.
No, she's having
Oh,
technical
no.
difficulty. It's
I
not the
hate when
mute.
this happens. She can't find her sound thing. You might have to go to settings. Check your
She's not on
settings.
mute.
Your mic went off. Try your settings, Cynthia. See if your mic went off. Oh, I hate when stuff like that happens.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh,
Kind of technical issue, I guess.
yeah.
You want to just have somebody else knock it out? Keep it moving?
Yeah.
I love her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would like to take it? Anybody?
I'd be happy to take it, at least.
Thanks,
until
Evan.
Yeah.
Do you mind, Evan? And then
Sure.
Cynthia, if you can, I wish I was better at techno. If I can help you,
No.
Cynthia.
Hopefully
But
that works
if-
out.
Keep trying, Cynthia, and Evan will take it in the meantime.
Yeah, if I hear Cynthia come in, I'll stop.
Okay.
All right. Great. We're at Good Helicon. Or wait,
No,
I think I got
Here,
ahead.
here have you the beginning
There
of
we
Act
go.
2, Scene 1.
Thank you.
Here
so
have you
much.
seen a mighty.
Okay, here have you seen a mighty king. His child was to incest bring a better prince and benign lord that will prove off of both in deed and word. Be quiet then, as men should be, until he hath passed necessity. I'll show you those in trouble's reign, losing a mighty amount in gain. The good in conversation, to whom I give my benison, is still a Tharstil, which where each man thinks all is writ he spoken can, and remember what he does, build his statue to make him glorious. But tidings to the contrary are brought your eyes. What need speak I? Good. Pericles enters at one door, talking with Cleon. All the train with them enter at the other door, a gentleman with a letter to Pericles. Pericles shows the letter to Cleon. Pericles gives the messenger a reward and knights him. Exit Pericles at one door and Cleon at another. Good Helicon that stayed at home, not to eat honey like a drone from others' labors, for though he strive to kill and bad, keep good alive, and to fulfill his prince desire, saved one of all that haps in Tyre. How Thaliart came full bent with sin, and hid in intent to murder him. And that in Tharsis was not best, longer for him to make his rest. He doing so put forth the seas, where when men been there's seldom ease, for now the wind begins to blow, thunder above and deeps below, make such unquiet that the ship should house him safe is racked and split, and he, good prince, having all lost, by waves from coast to coast is tossed, all perish of a man or pelf, nay, thought escaped him but himself, till fortune stirred with doing bad, threw him ashore to give him glad, and here
he comes. What shall be next? Pardon, O Gower, this longs the text.
Pericles, yet cease your ire, you angry stars of heaven. Wind, rain, and thunder. Remember, earthly man is but a substance that must yield to you. And I, as fits my nature, do obey you. Alas, the seas have cast me on the rocks, washed me from shore to shore, and left my breath nothing to think on but ensuing death. Let it suffice the greatness of your powers to have bereft a prince of all his fortunes, and having thrown him from your watery grave, here to have death in peace is all he'll crave.
What, to pelch?
Come and bring away the nets.
What patch breach, I say?
What say you, maester?
Look how thou stirs now. Come away, or I'll fetch thee with a wanion.
Faith, maester, I'm thinking of the poor men that were cast away before us even now.
Alas, poor souls, it grieved my heart to hear what pitiful cries they made to us, to help them, when, well a day, we could scarce help ourselves.
Oh, nay, maester, say not as I as much. When I say the porpoise how he bounced and tumbled, they say they're half fish, half flesh. A plague on them, they ne'er come but I look to be washed. Maester, I marvel how the fish lives in the sea.
Why, as men do land. The great ones eat up the little ones. I can compare our rich misers to nothing so fitly as to a whale, plays and tumbles, driving the poor fry before him, and at last devour them all at a mouthful. Such whales have I heard on the land, who never leave gaping till they swallowed the whole parish, church, steeple, bells, and all.
Pretty mortal.
But, maester, if I had been the sexton, I would have been that day in the belfry.
Why, man?
Because he should have swallowed me too. And when I had seen his belly, I would have kept such a jangling of the bells, and he should never have left till he cast bells, steeple, church, and parish us and began. But if the good King Simonides were of my mind, Simonides?
We would purge the land of these drones that rob the bee of her honey.
How from the friendly subject of the sea these fishers tell the infirmities of men, and from their watery empire recollect all that may men approve or men detect. Peace be at your labor, honest fishermen.
Honest, good fellow, what's that? If it be a day fits you, search out of the calendar, and nobody look after it.
May the sea have cast upon your coast.
What a drunken knave was the sea to cast thee in our way.
A man whom both the waters and the wind and that vast tennis court have made the ball for them to play upon. Entreats you, pity him. He asks of you that never used to beg.
No, friend, can you not beg? Here's them in our country of Greece gets more with begging than we can do with working.
Canst thou catch any fishes then?
I never practiced it.
Nay, then thou wilt starve, sure, for here's nothing be got nowadays unless thou canst fish for it.
What I have been, I have forgot to know. But what I am, want teaches me to think on. A man thronged up with cold, my veins are chill, and have no more of life than may suffice to give my tongue that heat to ask your help, which if you do refuse, when I am dead, for that I am a man, pray you see me buried.
Die, Keitha. Now gods forbid it, and I have a gown here. Come, put it on, keep thee warm. Now for me a handsome fellow. Come, thou shalt go home, and we'll have flesh for all day, fish for fasten days and more, or puddings and flapjacks, and thou shalt be welcome.
I thank you, sir.
Hark you, my friend, you said you could not beg.
I did but crave.
But crave? Then I'll turn craver too, and so I shall scrape whipping.
Why?
Whipping.
Why? Are you beggars whipped then?
Oh, not all, my friend, not all. For if all your beggars were whipped, I would wish no better office than to be a beadle. but master, I'll go draw up the net.
How well this honest mirth becomes their labor.
Hark you, sir. Do you know where you are?
Not well.
Well, I'll tell you, this I call Pentapolis, and our king, the good Simonides.
The good Simonides, do you call him?
Aye, sir, and he deserves so to be called, for his peaceable reign and good government.
He is a happy king, since he gains from his subjects the name of good by his government. How far is his court distant from this shore?
Marry, sir, half a day's journey. And I'll tell you, he hath a fair daughter, and tomorrow is her birthday, and there are princes and knights from all parts of the world to just in tourney for her love.
Were my fortunes equal to my desires, I could wish to make one there.
Oh, sir, things must be as they may, and what a man cannot get, he may lawfully deal for his wife's soul.
Help, master, help! Here's a fish hangs in the net like a poor man's right in law. So hardly come out. He bats on it. Says, come at last. Oh, it's his turn to a rusty armor.
An armor, friends. I pray you, let me see it. Thanks, fortune. Yes, that after all crosses, thou givest me somewhat to repair myself. And though it was mine own part of my heritage, which my dead father did bequeath to me, with this strict charge, even as he left his life, keep it, my Pericles. It hath been a shield twixt me and death, and pointed to this brass. For that it saved me. Keep it in like necessity, the which the gods protect thee. Fame may defend thee. It kept where I kept. I so dearly loved it, till the rough seas, that spares not any man, took it in rage, though calmed, have given it again. I thank thee for't. My shipwreck now's no ill, since I have here my father gave in his will.
What mean you, sir?
To beg of you, kind friends, this coat of worth, for it was sometime target to a king. I know it by this mark, he loved me dearly, and for his sake I wish the having of it, and that you guide me to your sovereign's court, where with it I may appear a gentleman. And if that ever my low fortunes better, I'll pay your bounties. Till then, rest your debtor.
Why wilt thou turn me for the lady?
I'll show the virtue I have borne in arms.
Why'd you take it? And the gods give thee. Why'd you take it and the gods give thee good? I but hockey, my friend. 'Twas we that made up this garment through the rough seams of the waters. There are certain condolements, certain veils. I hope, sir, if you thrive, you remember from whence you had them.
Believe it, I will. By your fervorance, I am clothed in steel. In spite of all the rupture of the sea, this jewel holds his building on my arm. Unto thy value, I will mount myself upon a courser, whose delight steps shall make the gazer joy to see him tread. Only, my friend, I yet am unprovided of a pair of bases.
Oh, we'll sure provide. Thou shalt have my best gown to make thee a pair, and I'll bring thee to the court myself.
Then honor be but a goal to my will. This day I'll rise, or else add ill to ill.
Are the knights ready to begin the triumph?
They are, my liege, and stay your coming to present themselves.
Return them. We are ready, and our daughters here, in honor of whose birth these triumphs are, sits here like beauty's child, whom nature gat for men to see and seeing wonder at.
It pleaseth you, my royal father, to express my commendations great, whose merits less.
It should be so. For princes are a model which heaven makes like to itself. As jewels lose their glory if neglected, so princes their renowns if not respected. 'Tis now your honor, daughter, to entertain the labor of each knight in his device.
Which, to preserve mine honor, I'll perform.
Who is the first that doth prefer himself?
A knight of Sparta, my renowned father, and the device he bears upon his shield is a black Ethiop reaching at the sun. The word, lux tua vita mihi.
He loves you well that holds his life of you. The second knight, who is the second that presents himself?
A prince of Macedon, my royal father, and the device he bears upon his shield is a armed knight that's conquered by a lady. The motto thus in Spanish, Pua per dolira qui por forza.
And with the third?
The third of Antioch, and his device, a wreath of chivalry. The word, me Pompey provexit apex.
What is the fourth?
A burning torch that's turned upside down. The word, qui me ali mi extingui.
Which shows that beauty hath his power and will, which can as well inflame as it can kill.
The fifth, an hand environed with clouds, holding out gold, that's by the touchstone tried. The motto thus, six spectanda fides.
What's the sixth and last, the which the knight himself with such a graceful courtesy delivered?
He seems to be a stranger, but his present is a withered branch that's only green at top. The motto, in hoc spe vivo.
A pretty morrow fro. The dejected state wherein he is, he hopes by you his fortunes yet may flourish.
He had need mean better than his outward show can anyway speak in his just commend, for by his rusty outside he appears to have practiced more the whipstock than the lance.
He well may be a stranger, for he comes.
Well, that's okay. She changed the script. Okay. He well may be a stranger, for he comes to an honored triumph strangely furnished.
And on set purpose let his armor rust until this day to scour it in the dust.
Opinions but a fool that makes us scan the outward habit by the inward man. But stay, the knights are coming. We will withdraw into the gallery.
The mean knight! The mean knight!
The
Yay!
mean knight?
Knights, to say your welcome were superfluous. I pray upon the volume of your deeds, as in a title page, your worth in arms were more than you expect or more than fit. Since every worth in show commends itself, prepare for mirth becomes a feast. You are princes and my guests.
But you, my knight and guest, to whom this wreath of victory I give, and crown you king of this day's happiness.
'Tis more...
'Tis more by fortune, lady, than my merit.
Call it by what you will, the day is yours. And here, I hope, is none that envies it. In framing an artist hath thus decreed to make some good, but others to exceed. And you are her labored scholar. Come, queen of the feast, her daughter, so you are. Here, take your place. Marshal the rest as they deserve their grace.
We are
honored much by good Simonides.
Your presence your presence glads our days. Honor we love, for who hates honor hates the gods above.
Sir, yonder is your place.
Some other is more fit.
Contend not, sir.
For we are gentlemen, have neither in our hearts nor outward eyes envies the great, nor shall the low despise.
You are right, courteous knights.
Sit, sir, sit. By Jove, I wonder that as king of thoughts these cates resist me. He not thought upon.
By Juno, that is queen of marriage, all viands that I eat do seem unsavory, wishing him my meat. Sure, he's a gallant gentleman.
He's but a country gentleman, has done no more than other knights have done. He's broken a staff or so let it pass.
To me, he seems like diamond to glass.
You kings to me, like to my father's picture, which tells in that glory once he was, had princes sit like stars about his throne, and he the sun for them to reverence. None that beheld him, but like lesser lights, did veil their crowns to his supremacy. Where now his sun, like a glowworm in the night, the which hath fire in darkness, none in light. There whereby I see that times the king of men, he's both their parent, and he is their grave, and gives them what he will, not what they crave.
What? Are you merry, knights?
Oh, who can be
other in this royal presence?
Who can be other in this royal presence?
Here, with a cup that's stirred unto the brim, as do you love, filled to your mistress's lips, we drink this health to you.
We thank your grace.
We thank your grace.
Yeah, pause a while. Young knight does sit too melancholy, as if the entertainment in our court had not a show might countervail his worth. Note it not you, Thaisa?
What is it to me, my father?
Oh, attend my daughter. Princess in this should live like gods above, who freely give to everyone that comes to honor them. and princes not doing so are like gnats which make a sound but killed or wondered at. Therefore, to make his entrance more sweet, here, say we drink this standing bowl of wine to him.
Alas, my father, it befits not me unto a stranger knight to be so bold. He may my proffer take for an offence, since men take women's gifts for impudence.
Oh, how? As I bid you, or you'll move me else.
Now, by the gods, it could not please me better.
And furthermore, tell him we desire to know of him, of whence he is, his name and parentage.
The king, my father, sir, has drunk to you.
I thank him.
Wishing it so much blood unto your life.
I thank both him and you, and pledge him freely.
And further, he desires to know of you of whence you are, your name and parentage.
A gentleman of Tyre. My name, Pericles. My education being in arts and arms, who, looking for adventures in the world, was by the rough seas reft of ships and men, and after shipwreck, driven upon this shore.
He thanks your grace, names himself Pericles, a gentleman of Tyre, who only by misfortune of the seas, bereft of ships and men, cast on this shore.
Well, now, by the gods, I pity his misfortune, and will awake him from his melancholy. Come, gentlemen, we sit too long in trifles and waste the time which looks for other revels. Even in your armors, as you are dressed, we'll well become a soldier's dance. I will not have excuse with saying this. Loud music is too harsh for ladies' heads, since they love men in arms as well as beds. So, this was well asked, 'tis well performed. Come, sir. Here's a lady that wants breathing too, and I have heard you knights of Tyre are excellent in making ladies strip, and that their measures are as excellent.
In those that practice them, they are, my lord.
Oh, that's as much as you would be denied of your fair courtesy. Unclasp, unclasp. Thanks, gentlemen, to all. All have done well, but you the best. Pages and lights to conduct these knights unto their several lodgings. Yours, sir, we have given order to be next our own.
I am at your grace's pleasure.
Princess, it's too late to talk of love, and that's the mark I know you level at. Therefore, each one betake him to his rest. Tomorrow, all our speeding do their best.
No, Escanis, know this of me. Antiochus from incest lived not free, for which the most high gods, not minding long to withhold the vengeance that they had in store, due to this heinous capital offense, even in the height and pride of all his glory, when he was seated in a chariot of an inestimable value, and his daughter with him, a fire from heaven came and shriveled up those bodies even to loathing, for they so stunk that all those eyes adored them ere their fall, scorn now their hand should give them burial.
'Twas very strange.
And yet but justice. For though this king were great, his greatness was no guard to bar heaven's shaft, but sin had his reward.
'Tis very true.
See, not a man in private conference or council has respect with him but he.
It shall no longer grieve without reproach.
And cursed be he that will not second it.
Follow me then, Lord Helicanus, a word.
With me, and welcome. Happy day, my lords.
Know that our griefs are risen to the top, and now at length they overflow their banks.
Your griefs? For what? Wrong not your prince you love.
Wrong not yourself then, noble Helican. But if the prince do live, let us salute him, or know what grounds made happy by his breath. If in the world he live, we'll seek him out. If in his grave he rest, we'll find him there. And be resolved he lives to govern us, or dead, gives cause to mourn his funeral, and leave us to our free election.
Whose death indeed the strongest in our censure, and knowing this kingdom is well out ahead, by goodly buildings left without a roof, soon fall to ruin. Your noble self that best know how to rule and how to reign, we thus submit unto our sovereign.
Live, noble Helican.
Try honors, cause, forbear your suffrages. If that you love Prince Pericles, forbear. Take I your wish. I leap into the seas where hourly trouble for a minute's ease. A 12-month longer, let me entreat you to forbear the absence of your king. If in which time expired he not return, I shall with aged patience bear your yoke. But if I cannot win you to this love, go, search like nobles, like noble subjects, and in your search spend your adventurous worth, whom if you find, and win unto return, you shall like diamonds sit about his crown.
The wisdom, he's a fool that will not yield. And since Lord Helican joineth us, we with our travels will endeavor.
That you love us, we you, and we'll clasp hands. When peers thus knit, a kingdom ever stands.
Good morrow to the good Simonides.
Knights, from my daughter, this I let you know, that for this 12 months she'll not undertake a married life. A reason to herself is only known, which from her by no means can I get.
May we not get
access to her,
May we access to her, my lord?
By no means. She hath so strictly tied her to her chamber that it's impossible. 12 moons more shall wear Diana's livery. This by her eye of Cynthia has she vowed, and on her virgin honor will not break it.
Loth to bid farewell, we take our leaves.
No. Hold on a second. And as soon as you leave, I'll say my next thing that I have to say is, so, they're well dispatched. Now, to my daughter's letter. She tells me here she'll wed the stranger knight, or never more to view nor day or light. It's well, mistress, your choice agrees with mine. I like that well. Nay, how absolute she is in it, not minding whether I dislike or no. Well, I do commend her choice, and will no longer have it be delayed. Soft, here she comes. I must dissemble it.
All fortune to the good Simonides.
Oh, to you as much, sir. I am beholding to you. For your sweet music this last night, I do protest my ears were never better fed, with such delightful, pleasing harmony.
It is your grace's pleasure to commend, not my desert.
Oh, sir, you are music's master.
Worst of all her scholars, my good lord.
Well, let me ask you one thing. What do you think of my daughter, sir?
A most virtuous princess.
And she is fair, too, is she not?
As a fair day in summer. Wondrous fair.
Sir, my daughter thinks very well of you. Aye, so well that you must be her master, and she will be your scholar. Therefore, look to it.
I am unworthy, for her schoolmaster.
Oh, she thinks not so. Who's this writing else?
What's here? A letter? That she loves the knight of Tyre? 'Tis the king's subtlety to have my life. Oh, seek not to entrap me, gracious lord. Stranger and distressed gentleman that never aimed so high to love your daughter, but bent all offices to honor her.
Thou hast bewitched my daughter, and thou art a villain.
By the gods, I have not. Never did thought of mine levy offense, nor never did my actions yet commence a deed might gain her love or your displeasure.
Traitor, thou liest.
Traitor?
Aye, traitor.
Even in his throat, unless it be the king that calls me traitor, I return the lie.
Now by the gods, I do applaud his courage.
My actions are as noble as my thoughts, that never relished a base descent. I came unto your court for honor's cause, and not to be a rebel to her state. And he that otherwise accounts of me, this sword shall prove his honor's enemy.
No, here comes my daughter. She can witness it.
Then, as you are as virtuous, as fair, resolve your angry father. If my tongue did ever solicit, or my hand subscribe to any syllable that made to you.
Why, sir, if you had, say if you had, who takes offense? At that would make me glad.
Mistress, are you so peremptory? I am glad on it with all my heart. I'll tame you. I'll bring you in subjection. Will you not, having my consent, bestow your love and your affections upon a stranger, for who, aught I know, may be, nor can I think the contrary, as great in blood as I myself? Therefore, hear you, mistress. Either frame your will to mine, and you, sir, hear you, either be ruled by me, or I'll make you man and wife. Hey, come, your hands and lips must seal it too. And being joined, I'll thus your hopes destroy, and for further grief, God give you joy. What, are you pleased?
Yes, if you love me, sir.
Even as my life, my blood that fosters it.
What, are you both agreed?
Yes, if it please
your majesty.
It pleases me so well that I will see you wed, and then with what haste you can, get you to bed.
Now sleep ye slacked half the rout, nor no din but snores about the house, made louder by the o'erfed breast of this most pompous marriage feast. The cat, with eyne of burning coal, now couches from the mouse's hole, and crickets sing at the oven's mouth, are the blither for their drouth. Hymen hath brought the bride to bed, whereby the loss of maidenhead a babe is moulded. Be attent, and time that is so briefly spent with your fine fancies quaintly each, what's dumb in show, I'll plain with speech. By dern and painful perch of Pericles, the careful search, by the four opposing coins which the world together joins, is made with all due diligence, that horse and sail and high expense can steed the quest at last from Tyre. Fame, answering the most strange inquire, to the court of King Simonides, our letters brought, the tenor these. Antiochus and his daughter dead, the men of Tyrus on the head of Helicanus would set on the crown of Tyre, but he will none. The mutiny he there hastes to oppress, says to him, if King Pericles come not home in twice 6 moons, he obedient to their dooms will take the crown. The sum of this brought hither to Pentapolis. It ravished the regions round, and everyone with claps can sound. Our heir apparent is a king. Who dreamt? Who thought of such a thing? Brief, he must hence depart to Tyre. His queen with child makes her desire, which who shall cross, along to go? Omit we all their dole and woe. Lychorida her nurse she takes, and so to sea their vessel shakes. On Neptune's billow, half the flood hath their keel cut. But fortune moved, varies again. The grizzled north disgorges such a tempest forth, that as a duck for life that dives, so up and down the poor ship drives. The lady shrieks, and well anear does fall in travail with her fear. And what ensues in this fell storm shall for itself perform. I nil relate, action may conveniently the rest convey, which might not what by me is told. If your imagination hold this stage the ship, upon whose deck the seas-tossed Pericles appears to speak.
The god of this great vast, rebuke these surges, which wash both heaven and hell, and thou that hast upon the winds command, bind them in brass, having called them from the deep. Oh, still thy deafening, dreadful thunders, gently quench thy nimble sulphurous flashes. Oh, high Lychorida, how does my queen? Then storm venomously. Wilt thou speak all thyself? The seaman's whistle is as a whisper in the ears of death. Unheard Lychorida, Lucina, oh, divinest patroness, and my wife gentle, to those that cry by night, convey thy deity aboard our dancing boat. Make swift the plunges of my queen's travails. Now, Lychorida.
Here is a thing too young for such a place, who, if it had conceit, would die as I am like to do. Take in your arms this piece of your dead queen.
How, Lychorida?
Patience, good sir, do not assist the storm. Here's all that is left living of your queen, a little daughter. For the sake of it, be manly and take comfort.
Oh, you gods, why do you make us love your goodly gifts and snatch them straight away? We here below recall not what we give, and therein may use honor with you.
Patience, good sir, even for this charge.
Now mild may be thy life, for a more blusterous birth had never been. Quiet and gentle thy conditions, for thou art the rudeliest welcome to this world that ever was prince's child. Happy what follows, thou hast as chiding a nativity as fire, air, water, earth, and heaven can make, to herald thee from the womb. Even at the first, thy loss is more than can thy portage quit, with all thou canst find here. Now, the good gods throw their best eyes upon it.
What courage, sir! God save you!
Courage enough. I do not fear the flaw. It hath done to me the worst. Yet, for the love of this poor infant, this fresh new seafarer, I would be quiet.
Slake the bowlings there! Thou wilt not, wilt thou? Blow and split thyself!
But see Rome and the brine in cloudy billow kiss the moon, I care not.
Sir, your queen must overboard. The sea works high, the wind is low, and will not lie till the ship be cleared of the dead.
That's your superstition.
Pardon us, with us at sea it hath been still observed, and we are strong in Easter, therefore briefly yield her over.
As you think meet, or she must overboard straight. Most wretched queen!
Here she lies, sir.
A terrible childbed hast thou had, my dear. No light, no fire, the unfriendly elements forgot thee utterly. Nor have I time to give thee hollow to thy grave, but straight must cast thee scarfly coffined in awe. Wherefore a monument upon thy bones, the air remaining lamps, the belching whale, and humming water must o'erwhelm thy corpse. Lying with simple shells. Oh, Lychorida, bid Nestor bring me spices, ink, and taper, my casket and my jewels, and bid Nicander bring me the satin coffin. Lay the babe upon the pillow. Hide thee, whilst I say a priestly farewell to her sorrowingly woman.
Sir, we have a chest beneath the hatches, caulked and buttoned ready.
I thank thee, mariner. See, what coast is this?
We are near Tharsus.
Thither, gentle mariner. Alter thy course for Tyre. When canst thou reach it?
Bright break of day, if the wind cease.
Oh, make for Tharsus. There will I visit Cleon, for the babe cannot hold out Tyrus. There I'll leave it, at careful nursing. Go thy ways, good mariner. I'll bring the body presently.
Philemon, ho! Philemon?
Doth my lord call?
Get fire and meat for these poor men. 'Has been a turbulent and stormy night.
I have been in many, but such a night as this, till now I near endured.
Your master will be dead ere you return. There's nothing can be ministered to nature that can recover him. Give this to the apothecary and tell me how it works.
Good morrow.
Good morrow to your lordship.
Gentlemen, why do you stir so early?
Sir, our lodging standing bleak upon the sea, shook as the earth did quake. Very principles did seem to rend, and all to topple. Pure surprise and fear made me to quit the house.
That is the cause we trouble you so early. 'Tis not our husbandry.
Oh, you say well.
But I much marvel that your lordship, having rich Tyre about you, should at these early hours shake off the golden slumber of repose. 'Tis most strange nature should be so conversant with pain, being thereto not compelled.
I hold it ever virtue and cunning, were endowments greater than nobleness and riches. Careless heirs may the two latter darken and expend, but immortality attends the former, making a man a god. 'Tis known I ever have studied physic, through which secret art, by turning o'er authorities, I have together with my practice made familiar to me and to my aid the blessed infusions that dwells in vegetives, in metals, stones, and can speak of the disturbances that nature works, and of her cures, which doth give me a more content in course of true delight, than to be thirsty after tottering honour, or tie my pleasure up in silken bags to please the fool and death.
Your honor has through Ephesus poured forth your charity, and hundreds call themselves your creatures, who by you have been restored. And not your knowledge, your personal pain, but even your purse still open hath built Lord Cerimon such strong renown as time shall never.
So lift there.
What's that?
What's that?
Sir, even now did the sea toss up upon our shore. This kiss 'tis of some wreck.
Set it down, let's look upon it.
'Tis like a coffin, sir.
Whate'er it be, 'tis wondrous heavy. Wrench it open straight. If the sea's stomach be o'ercharged with gold, 'tis a good constraint of fortune it belches upon us.
'Tis so, my lord.
How close 'tis corked and bottomed. Did the sea cast it up?
I never saw so huge a billow, sir, as tossed it upon shore.
Wrench it open soft. It smells most sweetly in my sense.
A delicate odor.
As ever hit my nostril, so up with it. Oh, you most potent gods! What's here, a course?
Most strange.
Shrouded in cloth of state, balmed and treasured with full bags of spices, a passport to Apollo. Perfect me in the characters. Here I give to understand, if ere this coffin drives a land, I, King Pericles, have lost this queen, worth all our mundane cost. Who finds her, give her burying. She was the daughter of a king. Besides this treasure for a fee, the gods requite his charity. If thou livest, Pericles, thou hast a heart that ever cracks for woe. Chance tonight.
Most likely, sir.
Nay, certainly tonight, for look how fresh she looks. They were too rough that threw her in the sea. Make a fire within, fetch hither all my boxes in my closet. Death may usurp on nature many hours, and yet the fire of life kindle again the oppressed spirits. I heard of an Egyptian that had 9 hours lying dead, who was by good appliance recovered. Well said, the fire and clothes, the rough and woeful music we have, cause sounds, beseech you. How now searchest thou block? The music there, I pray you give her air. Gentlemen, this queen will live. Nature wakes a warm breath out of her. She hath not been entranced above 5 hours. See how she begins to blow into life's flower again.
The heavens through you increase our wonder and sets up your fame forever.
She is alive. Behold her eyelids, kisses to those heavenly jewels which Pericles hath lost begin to part their fringes of bright gold. The diamonds of a most praised water doth appear, to make the world twice rich, live and make us weep. To hear your fate, fair creature, rare as you seem to be.
Oh, dear Diana! Where am I? Where's my lord? What world is this?
Is not this strange?
Hush, my gentle neighbors, lend me your hands. To the next chamber bear her, get linen. Now this matter must be looked to, for her relapse is mortal. Come, come, and Esculapius guide us.
Most honored Cleon, I must needs be gone. My 12 months are expired, and Tyre stands in a litigious peace. You and your lady take from my heart all thankfulness. The gods make up the rest upon you.
Your shakes of fortune, though they haunt you mortally, yet glance full wonderingly on us.
Oh, your sweet queen, that the strict fates had pleased you had brought her hither to have blessed mine eyes with her.
We cannot but obey the powers above us. Could I rage and roar as doth the sea she lies in? Yet the end must be as 'tis. My gentle babe, Marina, whom, for she was born at sea, I have named so. Here I charge your charity with y'all, leaving her the infant of your care, beseeching you to give her princely training, that she may be mannered as she is born.
Fear not, my lord, but think your grace that fed my country with your corn, for which the people's prayers still fall upon you, must in your child be thought on. If neglection should thereon make me vile, the common body, by you relieved, would force me to my duty. But if to that my nature needs to spur the gods' revenge upon me and mine to the end of generation.
I believe you. Your honor and your goodness teach me truth without your vows, till she be married. Madam, by bright Diana, whom we honor, all unsistered shall this our heir of mine remain. Though I show will in it, so I take my leave. Good madame, make me blessed in your care, in bringing up my child.
I have one myself, who shall not be more dear to my respect than yours, my lord.
Madam, my thanks and prayers.
We'll bring you your grace even to the edge of the shore, then give you up to the masked Neptune and the gentlest winds of heaven.
I will embrace your offer. Come, dearest madame. Oh, no tears, Lychorida. No tears. Look to your little mistress, on whose grace you may depend hereafter. Come, my lord.
Madam, this letter and some certain jewels lay with you in your coffer, which are at your command. Know you the character?
It is my lord's. That I was shipped at sea I well remember, even on my leaning time. But whether they're delivered by the holy gods I cannot rightly say. But since King Pericles, my wedded lord, I ne'er shall see again, a vast delivery will I take me to, and never more have joy.
Madam, if this you purpose as ye speak, Diana's temple is not distant far, where you may abide till your date expire. Moreover, if you please, niece of mine shall attend you.
My recompense is thanks, that's all. Yet my goodwill is great, though the gift small.
Everybody, would you like to take maybe a couple minutes right now?
Yeah.
Does that seem like a decent idea? Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, you all are doing so well. Really. I really thank you all so much.
I got my backgrounds all mixed up and my
that's a really
character
nice
choices. I don't know. I don't like my first king character choice. I needed to make him more, well, the wig helped.
Well,
first reading of these characters.
And I've been so sloppy, and who would know? You guys are all doing so splendidly. I really mean it. Nie Victoria was going to do daughter of, in the first scene, daughter of Antiochus, so I did that part. Anyway. And thank you everybody for joining in if there's ever been confusion about smaller parts. So we'll just take a couple more minutes and then start up on Act 4. I find this play really moving. It's so much. It has all those 4 last plays are about daughters and fathers that are lost to each other. They're all 4 like that. Tempest and Pericles and Winter's Tale and Cymbeline. And I think that has all to do with the fact that Shakespeare was going through that in real life. He was reunited now with his 2 daughters because he had lost his son Hamnet, who died age 9. And now he was finally able to go back to Stratford once in a while, and he was going through that in real life, being reunited with his now pretty much grown daughters.
He was also commenting on the corn riots, I read, in 1607. Yeah, and that was his whole commentary through Cleon and what their government was going through, unable to feed the people. Yeah.
Yeah, that part's chilling about the famines. That's really And I remember I read years and years ago, I don't know what they say nowadays, scholars, that they thought maybe Gower's part, since it's more doggerel, it's was not written by Shakespeare. But other people think that maybe Shakespeare did write that deliberately in like Chaucer's style to give tribute to him. I don't know.
The way to prove otherwise, the way to prove one way or the other. I like it. You know, you said they call it doggerel?
Well, it's more sing-songy. It's more old-fashioned, really old-fashioned kind of writing.
I like it. It's kind of quaint and unique.
Yeah.
You know, it's a nice little framing device, and I think it's cool. A lot of it has to deal with Cynthia just killing it, you know, the way she reads it and everything. You know, I just love the way she reads it. You know, Evan killed it.
Oh, thanks.
I love that. Evan killed it as well, and you know, so it works in that way when it's done right.
Cynthia.
I want to say one thing. I feel, and it's totally my sloppy fault, that Yasha and Clinton got kind of gypped this time. So right off the bat, I'll email you about this. But Clinton, if you're available Thursday, November 16, I'd love you to do Richard II himself. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, let's talk later. But I'm very interested.
In December, Yasha, I owe you much bigger parts next time. Okay, so are we all ready to resume? Everybody? Should we continue on? Okay, so Act 4, Scene 1.
Prologue. Imagine Pericles arrived at Tyre, welcomed and settled to his own desire. His woeful queen we leave at Ephesus, unto Diana theirs of odorous. Now to Marina bend your mind, whom our fast-growing scene must find at Tharsis, and by Cleon trained, in music letters, who hath gained of education all the grace, which makes high both art and place of general wonder. But alack, that monster envy oft the rack of earned praise, Marina's life seek to take off by treason's knife. And in this kind, our Cleon hath one daughter, and a full-grown wench, even right for marriage light. This maid hight Philoten, and it is said, for certain in our story, she would ever with Marina be. Be it when they wove the sledded silk, with fingers long, small, white as milk. Or when she would with sharp needle wound the cambric which she made more sound by hurting it. Or when to the lute she sung, and made the night bed mute, that still records with moan. Or when she would with rich and constant pen veil to her mistress Diane still. The Philoten contends in skill with absolute Marina. So the dove of Paphos might with the crow vie feathers white. Marina gets all praises, which are paid as debts, and not as given. This so docks in Philoten all graceful marks, that Cleon's wife, with envy rare, a present murderer does prepare for good Marina, that her daughter might stand peerless by this slaughter. The sooner her vile thoughts to stead, Lychorida, our nurse, is dead. And cursed Dionyza hath the pregnant instrument of wrath pressed for this blow. The unborn event I do commend to your content. Only I carried winged time, post one the lame feet of my rhyme, which never could I so convey unless your thoughts went on my way. Dionyza does appear with Leonine, a murderer.
Jackie, oh, sorry.
Thy oath, remember, thou hast sworn to do it. 'Tis but a blow which never shall be known. Thou canst not do a thing in the world so soon to yield thee so much profit. Let not conscience, which is but cold and flaming, thy love bosom inflame too nicely, nor let pity, which even women have cast off, melt thee, but be a soldier to thy purpose. Leon, what happened to Leon? Hello?
I will do it, but yet she is a goodly creature.
The fitter than the god should have her. Here she comes weeping for her one mistress's death. Thou art resolved.
I am resolved. Nie Victoria? Marina? Marina? Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, I have page 69.
No problem, no
What
problem.
page are we
Page
on, guys?
68. We're on halfway through page
Bottom
68.
68.
Okay, that's my fault. I started from page 69. Can someone
No
take it
problem.
till we get to 69? I'm so sorry.
Okay.
No problem at all.
Enter Marina with a basket of flowers. Bottom of page 68.
Yeah, I don't have 68. If someone can just read my part until I get to 69.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
sure.
count
Okay,
68.
okay.
Sorry about that.
No, I will rub Tellus of her weed to strew thy green with flowers. The yellows, blues, the purple, violets, and marigolds shall as a carpet hang upon thy grave while summer days doth last. Ay me, poor maid, born in a tempest. When my mother died, this world to me is a lasting storm, worrying me from my friends.
How now, Marina? Why do you keep alone? How chance my daughter is not with you? Do not consume your blood with sorrowing. Have you a nurse of me? Oh, Lord, how your favors change with this unprofitable woe. Come, give me your flowers, ere the sea mar it. Walk with Leonie. The air is quick there, and it pierces and sharpens the stomach. Come, Leonie, take her by the arm. Walk with her.
No, I pray you. I'll not bereave you of your servant.
Oh, come, come. I love the king your father and yourself with more than foreign heart. We every day expect him here, when he shall come and find our paragon to all reports thus blasted. He will repent the breath of his great voyage, blame both my lord and me, that we have taken no care to your best course. Go, I pray you, walk and be cheerful once again. Reserve that excellent complexion which did steal the eyes of young and old. Care not for me, I can go home alone.
Well, I will go, but yet I have no desire to it.
Oh, come, come, I know 'tis good for you. Walk half an hour, Leonie, at the least. Remember what I have said.
I warrant you, madam.
I'll leave you, my sweet lady, for a while. Pray walk softly, do not heat your blood. Oh, but I must have care of you.
My thanks, sweet madam. Is this wind westerly that blows?
Southwest.
When I was born, the wind was north.
Was so.
My father, as nurses said, did never fear, but cried good seamen to the sailors, galling his kingly hands, helling ropes, and clasping to the mast, endured a sea that almost burst the deck.
When was this?
When I was born. Never was waves nor wind more violent, and from the ladder tackle washes off a canvas climber. Sees one walked out, and with a dropping industry, they skip from stern to stern. The boatswain whistles, and the master calls and troubles their confusion.
Come, say your prayers.
What mean you?
If you require a little space for prayer, I grant it. Pray, but be not tedious. For the gods are quick of ear, and I am sworn to do my work with haste.
Why? Will you kill me?
To satisfy my lady.
Why would she have me killed now? As I can remember by my troth, I never did hurt her in all my life. I never speak a bad word, nor did I turn any living creature. Believe me, law, I never killed a mouse, nor hurt a fly. I trod upon a worm against my will, but I wept for it. How have I offended? Where am my death might yield her ere profit, or my life imply her any danger?
My commission is not to reason of the deed, but do it.
You will not do it for all the world, I hope you. You are well favored. In your looks for sure, you have a gentle heart. I saw you lately when you caught hurt in parting to that fault. Good sooth, it showed well in you. Do so now. Your lady seeks my life. Come, you between, and save me the weaker.
I'm sworn and will dispatch.
Old villain!
A prize, a prize!
Half part, mates, half part. Come, let's have her aboard suddenly.
These roguing thieves serve the great pirate Valdes, and they have seized Marina. Let her go. There's no hope she will return. I'll swear she's dead and thrown into the sea, but I'll see further. Perhaps they will but please themselves upon her. Not carry her aboard if she remain. Whom they have ravished must by me be slain.
Halt! Halt!
Sir?
Search the market narrowly. Medellin is full of gallants. We lost too much money this month by being too vengeless.
We were never so much out of creatures. We have but poor 3, and they could do no more than they can do, and they with continual action are even as good as rotten.
Therefore, let's have fresh ones, whate'er we pay for them. If there be not a conscience to be used in every trade, we shall never prosper.
Now say's true. 'Tis not our bringing up of poor bastards, I think. I have brought up some 11.
Aye, to 11, and brought them down again. But shall I search the market?
What else, man? The stuff we have, a strong wind will blow to pieces. They are so pitifully sodden.
Thou sayest true. There's too unwholesome a conscience. The poor Transylvanian is dead that lay with their little baggage.
Aye, she quickly pooped him. She made him roast meat for worms. But I'll go search the market.
3,000 or 4,000 chickens were as pretty a portion to live quietly, and so give over.
Why to give over, I pray you? Is it a shame to get when we are old?
Oh, our credits comes not in like the commodity, nor the commodity wages not with the danger. Therefore, if in our youths we could pick up some pretty estate, 'twere not amiss to keep our doors hatched. Besides, the sore terms we stand upon with the gods will be strong with us for giving o'er.
Come, other sorts offend as well as we.
As well as we, aye, and better too, we offend worse. Neither is our profession any trade, it's no calling, but here comes Boult.
Come your ways, my maesters. You say she's a virgin?
Oh, sir, we doubt it not.
Master, I have gone through for this piece, you see. If you like her so, if not, I have lost my earnest.
Boult, has she any qualities?
She's good face, speaks well, and has excellent good clothes. There's no farther necessity if qualities can make her be refused.
What's her price, Boult?
I cannot be baited 1 doit of 1,000 pieces.
Then, follow me, my masters. You shall have your money presently. Right, take her in, instruct her what she has to do, that she may not be raw in her entertainment.
Boult, take you the mark of her, the color of her hair, complexion, height, her age, with warrant of her virginity, and cry. He that will give most shall have her first. Such a maidenhead were no cheap thing, if men were as they have been. Get this done, as I command you.
Performance shall follow.
Alack, that Leon was so slack, so slow, he should have stroked, not spoke, or that these pirates not enough barbarous has not all bird thrown me, for to seek my mother.
Why lament you, pretty one?
That I am pretty.
Oh, come, the gods have done their part in you.
I accuse them not.
You are light into my hands, where you are like to live.
More my fault, to escape his hands where I was to die.
Aye, and you shall live in pleasure.
No.
Yes, indeed shall you, and taste gentlemen of all fashions. You shall fare well. You shall have the difference of all complexions. What? Do you stop your ears?
Are you a woman?
What would you have me be? And I be not a woman?
An honest woman, or not a woman.
Marie, whip the gosling. I think I shall have something to do with you. Come, you're a young, foolish sapling, and must be bowed as I would have you.
The gods defend me.
If it please the gods to defend you by men, then men must comfort you. Men must feed you. Men stir you up. Boult's returned. Now, sir, hast thou cried her through the market?
I have cried her almost to the number of her hairs. I have drawn her picture with my voice.
And I prithee tell me, how dost thou find the inclination of the people, especially of the younger sort?
Oh, faith, they listened to me, as they would have hearkened to their father's testament. There was a Spaniard's mouth watered, and he went to bed to her very description.
We shall have him here tomorrow with his best ruff on.
Tonight. But, mistress, do you know the French knight that cowers in the Ams?
Who? Monsieur Varolus?
Aye, he offered to cut a caper at the proclamation, but he made a groan at it and swore he would see her tomorrow.
Well, as for him, he brought his disease hither. Here he does but repair it. I know he will come in our shadow to scatter his crowns in the sun.
Well, if we had of every nation a traveler, we should lodge them with this sign.
Pray you, come hither a while. You shall have fortunes coming upon you. Mark me, you must seem to do that fearfully, which you commit willingly. Despise profit, where you most gain. To weep that you live as you do makes pity in your lover's seldom. But that pity begets you a good opinion, and that opinion a mere profit.
I understand you not.
Oh, take her home, mistress, take her home. These blushes of hers must be quenched with some present practice.
Thou sayest true, Faith. So they must, for your bride goes to that with shame. Which is her way to go with warrant?
Faith, some do and some do not. But mistress, if I have bargained for the joint,
Thou mayst cut a morsel off the spit.
I may so.
Who should deny it? Come, young one. I like the manner of your garments well.
Aye, by my faith, they shall not be changed yet.
Boult, spend now that in the town. Report what a sojourner we have. You'll lose nothing by custom. When nature framed this piece, she meant thee a good turn. Therefore, say what a paragon she is, and thou hast the harvest out of thine own report.
I warrant you, mistress, thunder shall not so awake the beds of eels, as my giving out her beauty stirs up the lewdly inclined. I'll bring home some tonight.
Come your ways, follow me.
If fires be hot, knives sharp, or waters deep, untied I still my virgin knot will keep. Diana, aid my purpose.
What have we to do with Diana? Pray, you will go with us.
Why are you foolish? Can it be undone?
Oh, Dionyza, such a piece of slaughter the sun and moon here looked upon.
I think you'll turn a child again.
Were I chief lord of all this spacious world, I'd give it unto undo this deed. Oh, lady, much less in blood than virtue, yet a princess to equal any single crown as earth and justice or compare. Villain, Leonine, whom thou hast poisoned too, if thou hast drunk to him, 'tad been a kindness becoming well thy face. What canst thou say when noble Pericles shall demand his child?
That she is dead. Nurses are not the fates to foster it, not ever to reserve. She died at night. I'll say so. Who can cross it unless you play the impious innocent, and for an honest attribute cry out, she died by foul play.
Oh, go to, well, of all the faults beneath the heavens, the god doth like this worse.
Be one of those that thinks the pretty wrens of Thaisa will fly hence and open this to Pericles. I do shame to think of what a noble strain you are, and of how coward a spirit.
To such proceeding, whoever but his approbation added, though not his prince consent, he did not flow from honorable courses.
Be it so then, yet none dost know but you how she came dead, nor none can know Leonie being gone. She did disdain my child and stood between her and her fortunes. None would look on her but cast their gazes on Mariana's face, whilst ours was blurred at, and hide a mocking not worth the time of day. It pierced me through and through. You call my course unnatural. You, not your child, well loving, yet I find it greets me as an enterprise of kindness performed to your sole daughter.
Heaven forgive it.
And as for Pericles, what should he say? We wept after hers, and yet we mourn. Our monument is almost finished, and her epitaph in glittering gold characters express a general prayer to her and praise to her, and care in us whose expense was paid for.
Thou art like a harpy which to betray thus with thy angel's face sees with thy eagle's talons.
You are like one that superstitiously do swear to the gods that winter kills the flies, but yet I know you'll do as I advise.
Thus time we waste, and long leagues make short. Sail seas and cockles, have and wish but for it, making to take our imagination from bourn to bourn, region to region. By you being pardoned, we commit no crime, to use one language in each several clime, where our scenes seems to live. I do beseech you to learn of me who stands with gaps to teach you. the stages of our story. Pericles is now again thwarting thy wayward seas, attended on by many a lord and knight, to see his daughter all his lives delight. Old Helicanus goes along behind, is left to govern it, you bear in mind. Old Lysimachus, whom Helicanus late advanced in time to great and high estate, well-sailing ships and bounteous winds have brought this king to Thaisa. Think this pilot thought, so with his steerage shall your thoughts groan to fetch his daughter home who first is gone. Like motes and shadows, see them move a while. Your ears unto your eyes I'll reconcile. See how belief may suffer by foul show. This borrowed passion stands for true old woe. And Pericles in sorrow all devoured, with sighs shot through and biggest tears o'ershowered, leaves Thaisa and again embarks. He swears never to wash his face nor cut his hairs. He put on sackcloth, and to sea he bears a tempest which his mortal vessel tears, and yet he rides it out. Now, please you wit, the epitaph is for Marina writ by wicked Dionyza. The fairest, sweetest, and best lies here, who withered in her spring of year. She was of Tyre, the king's daughter, on whom foul death hath made this slaughter. Marina was she called, and at her birth, Thetis being proud swallowed some part of the earth. Therefore the earth, fearing to be o'erflowed, hath Thetis birth child on the heavens bestowed. Wherefore she does, and swears she'll never stint, make raging battery upon shores of flint. No visor does become black villainy, so well as soft and tender flattery. Let Pericles believe his daughter's dead, and bear his courses to be ordered. By Lady Fortune, while our steer must play, his daughter's woe and heavy well a day in her unholy service. Patience then, and think you now are in Madeline.
Well, it looks like I didn't. Okay, so Clinton,
I'm second.
I can read first. I can read first, gentlemen. I think this was
Thanks,
on my
Evan.
track.
Okay, go ahead. Thanks, Evan.
Did you ever hear the like?
No, nor never shall do in such a place as this, she being once gone.
But to have divinity preached there, did you ever dream of such a thing?
No, no, come. I am for no more bawdy houses. Shall go hear the Vestals sing.
I'll do anything now that is virtuous, but I am out of the road and rutting forever.
Well, I had rather than twice the worth of her she had ne'er come here.
Fly upon her. She's able to praise the god Priapus and undo a whole generation. We must either get her ravished or be rid of her. What she should do for her clients, her fitment, and do be the kindness of our profession, she has me her quirks, her reasons, her master reasons, her prayers, her knees, that she would make a Puritan of the devil if he should cheapen a kiss of her.
Faith, I must ravish her, or she'll disfurnish us of all our cavalleria and make our swearers priests.
Now, the pox upon her green sickness for me.
Faith, she's no way to be rid on it, but by the way to the pox. Oh, here comes the Lord Lysimachus, disguised.
We should have both lord and lawn if the peevish baggage would but give way to customers.
How now? How a dozen of virginities?
Now the gods to bless your honor.
I am glad to see your honor and good health.
You may, so 'tis the better for you that your resort is stand upon sound legs. How now? Wholesome iniquity have you, that a man may deal with all, and defy the surgeon?
Oh, we have here one, sir, if she would, but there's never came her like in Mitylene.
If she do the deeds of darkness, thou would say.
Oh, your honor knows what 'tis to say well enough.
Well, call forth, call forth.
For flesh and blood, sir, white and red, you shall see a rose, and she were a rose indeed, if she had but.
What, prithee?
Oh, sir, I can be modest.
That dignity is the renown of a bard, and no less than it gives a good report to a number to be chased.
Here comes that which grows to the stalk. Never plucked yet, I can assure you. Is she not a fair creature?
Faith, she would serve after a long voyage at sea. Well, there's for you. Leave us.
I beseech your honor, give me leave a word, and I'll have done presently.
I beseech you, do.
First, I would have you note, this is an honorable man.
I desire to find him so that I may note him worthwhile.
Next, he's the governor of this country, and a man who I am bound to.
If he the governor of this country, you are bound to him indeed. But how honorable he is in that, I know not.
Pray you, without any more virginal fencing, will you use him kindly? He will line your apron with gold.
What he will do graciously, I will thankfully receive.
How you done?
My lord, she's not paced yet. You must take some pains to work her till you manage. Come, we will leave his honor and her together. Go your ways.
Now, prithee one, how long have you been at this trade?
What trade, sir?
I cannot name, but I shall offend.
I cannot be offended with my trade. Please, you to name it.
How long have you been of this profession?
Ever since I can remember.
Did you go to it so young? Were you a gamester at 5 or at 7?
Earlier too, sir, if now I be 1.
Why, the house you dwell in proclaims you to be a creature of sail.
Do you know this house to be a place of such resort, and will come into it? I hear say your honorable parts, and are the governor of this place.
Why, hath your principal made known unto you who I am?
Who is my principal?
Why, your harp woman, she that sets seeds and roots of shame and iniquity. Oh, you have heard something of my power, and so stand aloft for more serious wooing. But I protest to thee, pretty one, my authority shall not see thee, or else look friendly upon thee. Come, bring me to some private place. Come, come.
If you were born to honor, show it now. If put upon you, make the judgment good, that thought of you worthy of it.
How's this? How's this? Some more besides?
For me that am a maid, though most ungentle fortune have placed me in this sty, where since I came diseases have been so dear than fickle, that the gods will set me free from this unhallowed place, though they did change me to the meanest bird that flies in the purest air.
I did not think thou couldst have spoke so well, ne'er dreamt thou couldst. Had I brought hither a corrupted mind, thy speech had altered it. Hold, here's gold for thee. Persevere in that clear way thou goest, and the gods strengthen thee.
The good gods preserve you.
For me be you thoughtен that I come with no ill intent. For to me the very doors and windows savor vilely. Fare thee well, thou art a piece of virtue, and I doubt not but thy training hath been noble. Hold, here's more gold for thee. A curse upon him, die he like a thief that robs thee of thy goodness. If thou dost hear from me, it shall be for thy good.
I beseech your honor, one piece for me.
Avaunt, thou damned doorkeeper! Your house, but for this virgin that doth prompt it, would sink and overwhelm you. Away!
How's this? We must take another course with you. If your peevish chastity, which is not worth a breakfast in the cheapest country under the cope, shall undo a whole household, let me be gelded like a spaniel. Come your ways.
Whither would you have me?
I must have your maidenhead taken off, or the common hangman shall execute it. Come your way. We'll have no more gentlemen driven away. Come your ways, I say.
How now? What's the matter?
Worse and worse, mistress. She has here spoken holy words to the Lord Lysimachus.
Oh, abominable!
He makes our profession as it were to stink afore the face of the gods.
Mary, hang her up forever.
The noble man would have dealt with her like a noble man, and she sent him away as cold as a snowball, saying his prayers too.
Boult, take her away. Use her at thy pleasure. Crack the glass of her virginity and make the rest malleable.
And if she were a thornier piece of ground than she is, she shall be plowed.
Hark! Hark, your gods!
She conjures. Away with her! Would she had never come within my doors. Mary, hang you. She's born to undo us. Will you not go the way of womankind? Mary, come up at my dish of chastity with rosemary and bays.
Come, mistress, come your way with me.
Will thou have me?
To take from you the jewel you hold so dear.
Tell me one thing first.
Come now, your one thing.
What canst thou wish thine enemy to be?
Why, I could wish him to be my master, or rather my mistress.
Neither of these are so bad as thou art, since they do better those in their command. Thou host a place which the pain spend of hell would not in reputation change. Thou art damned doorkeeper to every person that comes inquiring for his tib, to the clerk, to the fisting of every rogue. Thy air is liable, thy food is such as have been belched out by infected lungs.
What would you have me do? Go to the wars, would you? Where a man may serve 7 years for the loss of a leg and have not money enough at the end to buy him a wooden one?
Do anything but this, thou. Empty old receptacles or common shores of filth, served by indenture to the common hangman. Any of these ways are yet better than this. For what thou art professed a baboon. A baboon he speak would own a name too dear, that the gods will safely deliver me from this place here. Here is gold for thee, if that thy master would gain by me. Proclaim that I can sing, weave, sew, and dance with other virtues which I'll take from boast, and will undertake all these to teach. I doubt not, but this populous city will yield many scholars.
But can you teach all this you speak of?
Prove that I cannot. Take me home again and prostitute me to the basest room that doth freak in your house.
Well, I will see what I can do for thee. If I can place thee, I will.
But amongst honest women.
Faith, my acquaintances lies little amongst them, but since my master and mistress have brought you, there's no going but by their consent. Therefore, I will make them acquainted with your purpose, and I doubt not, but I shall find them tractable enough. Come, I'll do for them what I can. Come your ways.
Marina, thus the brothel scapes, and chances into an honest house, our story says. She sings like one immortal, and she dances as goddess-like to her admired lays. Deep clerks she dumbs, and with her needle composes nature's own shape of bud, bird, branch, or berry, that even her art sisters the natural roses, her inkle silk twine with the ruby cherry. That pupils lacks she none of noble race who pour their bounty on her, and her gain she gives the cursed bawd. Here we her place, and to her father turn our thoughts again, where we left him on the sea, where there him left. where driven before the winds he is arrived, here where his daughter dwells, and on this coast suppose him now at anchor. The city strived god Neptune's annual feast to keep, from whence Lysimachus, our Tyrian ship espies, his banner sable, trimmed with rich expense, and to him in his barge with former highs. In your supposing once more put your sight of hairy Pericles, think this his bark, where what is done in action more of might shall be discovered. Please you sit and hark.
Where is my lord Helicanus? He can resolve you. Oh, here he is, sir. There is a barge put off from Medellin, and it is in Lysimachus, the governor, who craves to come aboard. What is your will?
That he have his. Call up some gentlemen.
Go, gentlemen, my lord calls.
Doeth your lordship call?
Gentlemen, there is some of worth would come aboard. I pray, greet him fairly.
Sir, this is the man that can, in aught you would, resolve you.
Hail, reverend sir, the gods preserve you.
And you to outlive the age I am, and die as I would do.
You wish me well, being on shore, honoring of Neptune's triumphs, seeing this goodly vessel ride before us. I'm made to it to know of whence you are.
First, what is your place?
I am the governor of this place you lie before.
Sir, our vessel is of Tyre, in it the king, a man who for this 3 months hath not spoken to anyone, nor taken sustenance, but to prorogue his grief.
Upon what ground is his distemperature?
'Twould be too tedious to repeat, but the main grief springs from the loss of a beloved daughter and a wife.
May we not see him?
You may, but bootless is your sight. He will not speak to any, yet let me obtain your wish.
Behold him, this was a goodly person.
Till the disaster that one mortal wight drove him to this.
Sir King, all hail! The gods preserve you. Hail, royal sir!
It is in vain. He will not speak to you.
Sir, we have a maid in Medellin. I just wager would win some words of him.
'Tis well bethought. She questionless with her sweet harmony and other chosen attractions would allure and make a battery through his deafened parts, which now are midway stopped. She is all happy as the fairest of all, and her fellow maids now upon the levee shelter that abuts against the island side.
Sure, all effectless, yet nothing we'll omit that bears recovery's name. But since your kindness we have stretched thus far, let us beseech you that for our gold we may provision have, wherein we are not destitute for want, but weary for the staleness.
Oh, sir, a courtesy which if we should deny, the most just God for every grass would send a caterpillar, and so inflict our province. Yet once more let me entreat you to know at large the cause of your king's sorrow.
Sir, sit, sir. I will recount it to you, but see, I am prevented.
Oh, here's the lady that I sent for. Welcome, fair one, is not a goodly present.
She's a gallant lady.
She is such a one that, were I well assured came of gentle kind and noble stock, I do wish no better choice and think me rarely to wed. Fair on all goodness that consists in beauty, to expect even here where is a kingly patient, if that thy prosperous and artificial fate can draw him but to answer thee in aught, thy sacred physic shall receive such pay as thy desires can wish.
Marina?
Pardon me. Sir, I will use my utmost skill in his recovery, provided that none but I and my companion may be suffered to come near him.
Come, let us leave her, and the gods make her prosperous. Do. Marquis, your music.
No, nor look on us.
See, she will speak to him.
Tell, sir, my lord, lend ear. Aid, my lord, that ne'er before invited eyes, but have been gazed on like a comet. She speaks, my lord, that may be half endured a grief might equal yours. If both were justly weighed, through wayward fortune did malign my state. My derivation was from ancestors who stood equivalent with mighty kings, but time have rooted out my parentage into the world in awkward casualties, bound me in servitude. I will decease, but there is something that glows upon my cheek and whispers in mine ear, go not till he speak.
My fortunes, parentage, good parentage, to equal mine. Was it not thus? What say you?
I said, my lord, if you did know my parentage, you would not do me violence.
I do think so. Pray you turn your eyes upon me. You're like something that? What country women hear of these shows?
No, nor of any shows. Yet I was mortally brought forth and am no other than I appear.
I am great with woe, and shall deliver weeping. My dearest wife was like this maid, and such a one my daughter might have been. My queen's square brows, her stature to an inch, as wand-like straight, as silver-voiced, her eyes as jewel-like, and cast as richly in pace, and another Juno, who starves the ears she feeds, makes them hungry the more she gives them speech. Where do you live?
Where I am but a stranger. From the deck, you may discern the place.
Where were you bred? And how achieved you these endowments which make more rich to owe?
If I should tell my history, it would seem like lies disdained in this reporting.
Prithee, speak. Falseness cannot come from thee, for thou lookest modest as justice, and thou seemest a palace for the crowned truth to dwell in. I will believe thee, and make census credit thy relation to points that seem impossible. For thou lookst like one I loved indeed. What were thy friends? Didst thou not stay when I did push thee back, which was when I perceived thee that thou camest from good descending?
So indeed I did.
Report thy parentage. I think thou saidst thou hadst been tossed from wrong to injury, and that thou thoughtst thy griefs might equal mine, if both were opened.
Some such thing I said, and said no more. But what my thoughts did warrant me was likely.
tell thy story. If thine considered proof the 1,000th part of my endurance, thou art a man, and I have suffered like a girl. Yet thou dost look like patience, gazing on kings' graves and smiling extremity out of act. What were thy friends? How lost thou thy name, my most kind virgin? Recount, I do beseech thee. Come, sit by me.
My name is Marina.
Oh, I am mocked, and thou, by some incensed god, sent hither to make the world to laugh at me.
Patience, good sir, or here I'll cease.
Nay, I'll be patient. Thou little knows how thou dost startle me to call thyself a Marina.
Given to me by one that had some power, my father and a king.
How? A king's daughter and called Marina?
You said you would believe me, but not to be trouble of your peace. I will end here.
But are you flesh and blood? Have you a working pulse? And are no fairy? Motion well, speak on. Where were you born? And wherefore called Marina?
Called Marina, for I was born at sea.
At sea? What mother?
My mother was the daughter of a king who died the minute I was born, as my good nurse Lychorida have often delivered weeping.
Oh, stop there a little. This is the rarest dream that e'er old sleep did mock sad fools withal. This cannot be my daughter. Buried? Well, where were you bred? I'll hear no more to the bottom of your story and never interrupt you.
You scorn. Believe me, their best I give o'er.
I will believe you by the syllable of what you shall deliver. Yet give me leave. How came you in these parts? Where were you bred?
The king, my father did in Tharshes. Leave me till cruel Cleon with his wicked wife did seek to murder me and have wooed a villain to attempt it who have been drawn to do it. A crew of pirates came and they rescued me, brought me to Medellin. But good sir, whither will you have me? Why do you weep? It may be you think me an impostor? No good faith. I am the daughter that King Pericles. If King Pericles be.
Oh, Helicanus!
Calls my lord.
Thou art a grave and noble counselor, most wise in general. Tell me, if thou canst, what this maid is, or what is like to be, that thus hath made me weep.
I know not. But here's the regent, sir, of Medellin. Speaks nobly of her.
She never would tell her parentage, being demanded that she would sit still and weep.
Oh, Helicanus, strike me honored, sir. Give me a gash, put me to present pain, lest this great sea of joys rushing upon me o'erbear the shores of my mortality and drown me with their sweetness. Oh, come hither, thou that begettest him that did beget, thou that wast born at sea, buried at Tharsis, and found again at sea again. O Helicanus, down on thy knees, thank the holy gods as loud as thunder threatened us. This is What was thy mother's name? Tell me. But that for truth can never be confirmed enough, though doubts did ever sleep.
First, sir, I pray, what is your title?
I am Pericles, Pericles of Tyre. But tell me now my drowned queen's name, as in the rest you said. Thou hast been godlike perfect, the heir of kingdoms, and another like to Pericles, thy father.
Is it no more to be your daughter than to say my mother's name was Thaisa? Thaisa was my mother who died, who did end the minute.
Now blessing on thee. Rise. Thou art my child. Give me fresh garments, mine own Helicanus. She is not dead and thoughtless as she should have been by savage Cleon. She shall tell thee all when thou shalt kneel and justify in knowledge. She is thy very princess. Who is this?
Sir, 'tis the governor of Mytilene, who, hearing of your melancholy state, did come to see you.
I embrace you. Give me my robes. I am wild in my beholding. Oh, heavens, bless my grief, my girl. But hark, what music tell? Helicanus, my Marina. Tell him, or point by point, for yet he seems to doubt. How sure you are, my daughter, but what music?
My lord, I hear none.
None? The music of the spheres. List, my Marina.
It is not good to cross him. Give him way.
Rarest sounds, do ye not hear?
Music, my lord? I hear.
Most heavenly music. It nips me onto listening, and thick slumber hangs upon mine eyes. Let me rest.
A pillow for his head, so leave him all. Well, my companion friends, if this but answer to my just belief, I'll well remember you.
My temple stands in Ephesus. Hie thee hither, and do upon mine altar sacrifice, there when my maiden priests are met together, before the people all. Reveal how thou at sea didst loose thy wife, to mourn thy crosses with thy daughter. Call, and give them repetition to the like, or perform my bidding, or thou liest, thou livest in woe. Do it, and happy by my silver bow, awake and tell thy dream.
Celestial Dion, goddess Argentine, I will obey thee. Helicanus.
Sir.
My purpose was for Thaisa, there to strike the inhospitable Cleon. But I am for a other service first. Towards Ephesus turn our bowing sails. Eftsoons I'll tell thee why. Shall we refresh us, sir, upon your shore, and give you gold for such provision as our intents will need?
Sir, with all my heart, and when you come ashore, I have another slight.
You shall prevail, were it to woo my daughter. for it seems you have been most noble towards her.
Sir, lend me your arm.
Come, my Marina.
Now our sands are almost run, more a little, and then dumb. This my last boon give me, for such kindness must relieve me, that you aptly will suppose what pageantry, what feats, what shows, what minstrelsy and pretty din the regent made in Madeleine to greet the king. So he thrived, that he is promised to be wife to fair Marina, but in no wise till he had done his sacrifice, as Diane bade, whereto being bound, the interim pray you all confound. In feathered briefness sails are filed, and wishes fall out as they're wild. At Ephesus the temple see, our king and all his company. Till he can hither come so soon, is by your fancy's thankful doom.
Heldion, to perform thy just command, I here confess myself the king of Tyre, who frighted from my country did wed at Pentapolis the fair Thaisa. At sea, in childbed died she, but brought forth a maid child called Marina, whom, O goddess, where's yet thy silver livery? She at Tharsis was nursed with Cleon, who at 14 years he sought to murder. But her better stars brought her to Mytilene, gainst whose shore riding, her fortunes brought the maid aboard us, where by her own most clear remembrance, she made known herself my daughter.
Voice and favor, you are, royal Pericles.
What means the room? She dies. Help, gentlemen.
Noble sir, if you have told Diana's altar true, this is your wife.
Reverence a purer, no. Throw her overboard with these very arms.
Upon this coast, I warrant you.
That's most certain.
Look to the lady. Oh, she's but overjoyed. Early in blustering morn, this lady was thrown upon the shore. I oped the coffin, found there rich jewels, recovered her, and placed her here in Diana's temple.
May we see them?
Great sir, they shall be brought you to my house, whither I invite you. Look, Thaisa is recovered.
Oh, let me look. If he be none of mine, my sanctity will to my sense bear no licentious ear, but curb in spite of seeing. Oh, my lord, are you not Pericles? Like him you spake, like him you are. Did you not name a tempest, a birth, and a death?
Voice of dead Thaisa.
That Thaisa am I, supposed dead and drowned.
Aye, mortal Diane.
Now I know you better. When we with tears parted Pentapolis, the king my father gave you such a ring.
This, no more. You gods, your present kindness makes my past misery spots. You shall do well that on the touching of her lips I may melt and no more be seen. Oh, come, be buried a second time within these arms.
My heart leaps to be gone into my mother's bosom.
Look who kneels here. Flesh of thy flesh, Thaisa. thy burden at the sea, and called Marina, for she was yielded there.
Blessed and mine own.
Hail, madam, and my queen.
I know you not.
You have heard me say, when I did fly from Tyre, I left behind an ancient substitute. Can you remember what I called the man? I have named him oft.
'Twas Helicanus then.
Still confirmation. Embrace him, dear Thaisa. This is he. Now do I long to hear how you were found, how possible preserved, and who to thank besides the gods for this great miracle.
Lord Cerimon, my lord. This man through whom the gods have shown their power that can from first to last resolve you.
Reverend sir, the gods can have no mortal officer more like a god than you. Will you deliver how this dead queen relives?
And
My lord, beseech you first go with me to my house, where I shall be shown you all who was found with her. How she came placed here in the temple, no needful thing omitted.
Good Diane, bless thee for thy vision, and will offer night oblations to thee, Thaisa. This prince, the fair betrothed of your daughter, shall marry her at Pentopolis. And now this ornament makes me look dismal. Will I clip to form, and what this 14 years no razor touched, to grace thy marriage day, I'll beautify.
Lord Cerimon hath letters of good credit. Sir, my father's dead.
Heavens make a star of him. Yet there, my queen, will celebrate their nuptials, and ourselves will in that kingdom spend our following days. Our son and daughter shall in Tyrus reign. Lord Cerimon, we do our longing stay to hear the rest untold. Sir, leads the way.
In Antiochus and his daughter you have heard of monstrous lust, the due and just reward. In Pericles, his queen and daughter seen, although assailed with fortune fierce and keen, virtue preferred from fell destruction's blast, led on by heaven and crowned with joy at last. In Helicanus may you well descry a figure of truth, of faith, of loyalty. In Reverend Cerimon there well appears the worth that learned charity eye wears. For wicked Cleon and his wife, when fame had spread his cursed deed, the honored name of Pericles, to rage the city turn, that him and his they in his palace burn. The gods for murder seemed so content to punish, although not done, but meant. So, on your patience evermore attending, new joy wait on you. Here our play has ending.
Yay!
Yay, well done. Well done,
Great job,
everyone.
everybody. Great
Great
job,
job.
everyone.
Wow.
Did we not tape this?
We did tape this.
Oh.
Unfortunately, for some reason, usually I'm able, even when I'm on the road, able to sort of connect to YouTube and live stream it. But it wasn't happening tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Because I kept going back to YouTube. I couldn't find it. So
Yeah, it'll be up there tomorrow. I'll get it up there. So it is. And yeah, really good job with this. Yeah, this very different play from Shakespeare. And it's sort of like there's certain sorts of threads that sort of get forgotten. Like, hey, how come they never made Helicanus king? You know, they said he'll wait 1 year, and then you have like Marina grows up, all of this stuff, and still, okay, Pericles, you can be king again. In fact, you can be king of 2 kingdoms.
Boys, he put her through the ringer.
Well, against all odds, I think you guys were fantastic. And you could tell I did the casting without rereading the play, because you could tell, I mean, like, suddenly Cynthia was playing all the roles at the end.
Beautiful. Well, everyone did a great job.
Pericles, so wonderful. I loved it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Everybody,
really moving,
all of you.
Brian, really moving.
Yeah, everybody was great. I had a great time. I get the feeling this is like if Shakespeare was contracted by Disney to do a something, you know, because you got a happy feel good ending at the end. Everything wraps up. It's, you know, kind of contrived, but still, it's a good feeling though. It's nice. Especially after the usual fare of, like, you know, oh, God forbid, like, you know, Titus Andronicus or Hamlet or whatever, everybody dies. It's nice to have a happy ending. It's kind of
it has a happy ending.
It's a nice
palate.
So man, like, is so much misogyny though, especially at the beginning. Like, oh man, like this guy's repeatedly raping his daughter. Let's also blame the daughter for getting raped. Gee, great.
All right, bad girl. Right.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, he does say worse father, doesn't he?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Worse, but
Still, just judging the girl at all. I got it.
Exactly.
Poor Marina. My God, what she goes through this play. That she survives is amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Do you guys
very
feel the same
inspiring,
that way I did? That by now we feel like such a family together, such a company, that even though there was all this goofiness, that everybody just pulls through and helps.
Well, family is
course.
goofiness and chaos.
And love.
Yeah, that's nice. Love is a nice, you know, extra.
Where is everybody in the country? A lot of us are in New York. Are you in other parts of the country too here? Brian, you're in Chicago, right?
No, I'm in Charlotte, close. Charlotte.
Oh, and you're in
first 2 letters, right?
Because we have some very heavy weather coming again.
Yeah, right. There's a storm coming up tomorrow.
Oh, North Carolina.
Right. In a little while.
I read something on the weather that we're getting a lot of rain again.
It was interesting that the most recent storm was called Ophelia.
Yes, right.
Last weekend.
You know what? Just about all the really big hurricanes I've noticed in the last, oh gosh, at least 10 years, they all start with I, almost all of them, which means, what is that, the ninth storm of every season tends to be when it builds up to a big one.
Yeah, we have a lot of rain through Friday and Saturday. There's a storm watch tonight if you're on the road.
I haven't been to my garden all week.
Really?
I'm in Connecticut.
Well, no, it should be okay.
I've been sick too, that's why, but I've been nursing.
Yeah, same here.
Me so too.
That's fitting.
I thought it was an alphabetical thing, though. I thought they were actually going through the alphabet.
It is an alphabetical thing. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an alphabetical.
You know what? There was one speech I noticed of Pericles. I really liked this fact. It was the top of page 102, and he was he started out with prose. He's going, Helicanus, wow, I can't believe this. I'm starting to realize, my gosh, this is my daughter. And then he segued into verse, and that was really neat. I noticed.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thanks for bringing it up.
Did somebody say that they also were sick?
Yeah,
no, I was just gonna say, Nye Victoria.
I had to keep turning the camera because my nose was running so much. I have paper towels here. I have tea here, bananas here, orange juice, you name it. I have it all next
Try some, if you can get out. Do you have any miso in the house?
No, I don't have that.
Do some miso and fresh garlic and ginger and vegetable soup. No dairy at all. No dairy.
Right.
It'll wash right out. No dairy keeps it. And you know what? Even the OJ, the orange juice, it causes phlegm. People think, oh, you have a desire because you want the vitamin C.
Yeah.
but the fruit juice sometimes causes more phlegm.
And I didn't even, and I'm good, and I'm glad that you said that because I didn't even drink all my orange juice. I didn't even go to work today because I wanted to make sure that I had enough energy for the show. But even when I was talking, I was getting so out of breath earlier. So I rested like all day today.
Miso's good for the lungs. It opens up the elasticity.
Okay, thank you
so much for pulling through, Nye. You were wonderful.
Yeah, you were wonderful.
Praise God. I thank God
Tough
because I was
part.
like, I did not want to do that to Virginia. I was like, I love Virginia. I'm not gonna do that to her. I love the company, so I'm not.
Me neither. You know, I was asked to go to a Broadway show tonight. At the last minute, somebody had a ticket, and I said, "Oh no, I'm not going to do this."
Oh, Jackie,
what show?
Yeah, what show?
But I forgot his something. I don't know. Let me find it again.
What's this new show that's out? That Shark or something that people are raving about?
Wait, is that it?
Yes,
No,
I heard about
that's
that.
not it. I'll tell you in a minute.
I don't think it's.
This guy named
much
Nick
about New York.
asked me to go to a show. I forget his name. What's his name?
I go once a year when my wealthy sister takes me.
Oh.
Did anybody see A Doll's House?
No. Well, which one?
The one that they just with Jessica Chastain that they did last.
Oh no, I didn't.
No, I wish I had.
Did it already close?
Yeah. Did you see it?
No, I don't.
God, I miss Broadway.
Well, listen, guys, I love you. I'm gonna jet because I gotta work in the morning and I gotta.
You need to sleep. You need to sleep.
God bless everybody.
Hey,
See you next time.
Thank you
Have a
all
great
so
night, guys.
much.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Part of the family now.
Yes,
Hey, Michael, the play is The Shark is
you
Broken.
next
Did you
time.
hear about that? The Shark
Yeah,
is
the
Broken.
shark is broken. That's
What is it about? I love the title.
No, I don't know. A friend of mine asked me at 6 if I wanted to go at 7. I said no because I'm doing a reading. Also, it was kind of crazy. I had 1 hour. I could jump on the subway and get uptown. I might have done it if I didn't have this to do, but I didn't think it would be good to walk out because everybody seems to be crashing lately, right? And not showing
You know what?
up.
I'm gonna
So
wear
I
my
thought-
mask a lot now. I mean, COVID's really back now. It really is.
Hey,
I wear my
Virginia,
mask
did you
on
mention a
stage
Richard
and it's
II you're
crowded.
doing?
Yeah, I'm
I got a
doing that. I'm in
COVID
charge
shot.
of that Thursday, November 16th.
Oh,
I'd like to be in that.
But sure, of course.
Well,
I
count
think
me in.
Clinton,
Count me in if
I
you
think
need me.
Clinton deserves to be Richard because I gypped Yasha and Clinton this time. So Yasha, you think about what you want to play, Yasha, all right? Bolingbroke's a great role, or the Queen, or whatever.
I'll do Bolingbroke because I've done Mowbray and I've done The Gardener and I've done John of Gaunt.
All right, but I'm offering Yasha first dibs on what she wants.
Okay, never mind. Okay, whoever you throw at me, I'll do.
Sure.
I don't think I've ever done Richard II.
You think about it for a while.
You got room
Yasha.
for me? Let me in.
I'll
Oh,
figure
yes.
it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, think about it. Okay, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Had a great
all very
time.
much.
Everybody was great.
Thank you,
And,
Virginia. Yes, it really
Right.
came together nicely. So good job.
Next time I'm not gonna be so sloppy.
Well,
Take
when we
care,
do
guys.
all
Have a
of the
good night.
plays every year, it just have to keep going, and sometimes they're great. And I'm so glad that Ken's Wi-Fi was so much better tonight than it's been on my other Zoom meetings with him.
Good.
This is kind of like
course,
Casablanca.
I can't tell.
Apparently,
I can't tell if people can hear
Casablanca,
me or
they
not.
thought it was going to absolutely suck. And,
Yeah.
and the mess, and then it all came together. So that's how I feel about tonight.
I mean, I thought The Wizard of Oz was going to drain the studio.
I thought Star Wars was gonna flop.
I was
Never
able to
know.
watch. I was able to watch The African Queen on YouTube the other day. No commercials. It was great. I hadn't seen it in decades.
That's such a great movie. I love that.
Yeah.
All righty.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Hey,
I just
All right.
wanted
was
to mention
mad fun, everybody.
We lost
Have a great night,
another
everybody. Have a
great
great time.
Shakespearean actor.
I can't wait to see it on YouTube later. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get it up on YouTube tomorrow. And
We lost another great one, Sir Michael Gambon.
Oh, really?
Oh, another great actor.
Well,
Oh.
Mark is up there playing poker with him already, probably.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Night.
Amen. See you later.
Mark? Mark? Is Mark there? Has he left us? Oh,
he's left. Yeah.